Hello and welcome to the Week in Review, the show that brings you up to date with the week that was. Current account deficit for March quarter narrows to 3.6%. Government doubles natural gas prices. Sahara moves court against BCCI over IPL franchisee fee. India's current account deficit for the March quarter narrowed to 3.6% of the GDP. The full-year current account deficit was at 4.8%. In the third quarter of fiscal 2013, the current account deficit stood at 6.7%. The rising deficit has been a problem for the government as it exerts pressure on the weakening rupee. In June itself, the rupee lost almost 7%, touching a low of 60 to a dollar. In the March quarter, India's current account deficit declined to $18 billion from $21 billion from a year ago. The trade deficit narrowed to $45 billion in the quarter as exports grew and imports contracted. Moving on to the energy sector, the government has approved to nearly doubling the natural gas prices. The decision is a boost for the natural gas players like Reliance Industries and ONGC. The price of gas could go up to $8.4 per million metric British thermal units. The current domestic prices range from between $3.5 to $5.7. The price will still be lower than that of imported natural gas, which costs around $14.1. According to Mint sources, the new prices will be valid from 1st April next year and will be valid for 5 years. Experts believe that it is likely to increase the power tariff and cost of urea. Next up is the news from the troubled Sahara Group. The company has moved Bombay High Court against BCCI over its dispute with the IPL administrator on the franchisee fee. Sahara Adventure Sports has filed an arbitration application and is being represented by Mumbai-based law firm DSK Legal. In May, Sahara announced its withdrawal from the IPL 2020 tournament. BCCI had initiated encashment of the bank guarantee deposited as the franchisee fee for the current year. This is not the first time BCCI has encashed bank guarantees after franchisees failed to pay the fees. Kochi Tuskers Kerala and Deccan Chargers were disbanded after they failed to pay the required fees. Moving on with the telecom sector, Bharti Airtel loses bid to enter Myanmar Telecom market. Telenor Mobile Communications and Ooredoo have been selected as the two successful applicants. Ooredoo was formerly known as Qatar Telecom. Currently, there is only one telecom operator in Myanmar, run by the Ministry of Communication, Post and Telegraph. The operators have to launch commercial services no later than 9 months after the effective date of the license. Early this month, Bharti Airtel, along with 11 contenders, had submitted the bid for telecom licenses. Kingfisher is back in the news as the lenders begin another round of loan recoveries. A group of 14 lenders led by SBI expects to recover 1,000 crore rupees as it starts taking possession of buildings, helicopters and other fixed assets. The lenders have already collected about 550 to 600 crore rupees in the first phase by selling pledged shares of associate companies of Kingfisher. Its airline license was suspended in October last year by DGCA following a strike by airline employees over unpaid salaries. Now for some stories in brief. State-run Oil India and ONGC have signed an agreement to buy a 10% stake in Mozambique gas field from Videocon. The stake is priced at $2.5 billion. Anadarko Petroleum and Videocon each had launched an auction of their respective 10% stake earlier this year. In the latest setback for Walmart, the head of its India unit has resigned. Raj Jain, Chief Executive Officer of Bharti Walmart joint venture, is no longer with the company after serving it for 7 years. Ramnik Narse, Senior Vice President for Walmart International, will serve as the interim leader for India. Lastly, the markets which rallied 520 points as energy stocks surged after government approved a hike in natural gas prices. ONGC gained 3% while Reliance Industries gained 4%. The Sensex, after making heavy gains, closed at 19,395, while Nifty added 160 points to end at 5,842. The gains were also made on the back of strengthening rupee as it recovered from its record low of Wednesday. That's all we have for you. Thanks for watching.